Have you ever felt like your mind is a chaotic storm, leaving you overwhelmed and lost? The reality is that millions of people grapple with stress, anxiety, and depression, often without knowing how to find their way back to calm. In Catastrophe Control, Quiet the Storm Within You, we embark on a transformative journey to understand and navigate these turbulent thoughts. Through practical strategies and introspective exercises, this book offers a roadmap toward mental clarity and emotional resilience. It's time to reclaim your peace and silence the storms within. Catastrophe Control, Quiet the Storm Within You, compiled and published by Balance Horizons. Chapter 1, Understanding the Storm of Your Mind. Have you ever felt trapped in a whirlwind of thoughts, as if your mind is a storm raging uncontrollably? This chaotic mental state is not just an anecdote. It's a lived reality for countless individuals. Research shows that nearly 1 in 5 adults experiences some form of mental illness, often with anxiety or stress at the forefront. This alarming statistic reveals a universal struggle to regain control of our emotional landscapes. The question then arises, how can we learn to navigate these overwhelming storms and find clarity amidst the chaos? The first step in addressing this challenge is recognizing the very nature of our thoughts. Many of us float on turbulent waters without even realizing it, dismissing our anxiety as part of daily life. Yet, it is crucial to understand that this storm is not merely a series of unpleasant thoughts. It can develop into destructive patterns that influence every aspect of our well-being. This disarray leads to heightened stress levels, chronic anxiety, and feelings of helplessness, often masking the potential for joy and fulfillment. You may find yourself caught in this web, with thoughts spiraling into worst-case scenarios or self-doubt, increasingly feeling like a spectator in your own life. The transformative solution begins with awareness and understanding of your mental storms. It is essential to recognize that our thoughts are powerful but not infallible. Research in cognitive behavioral therapy shows that by observing our thinking patterns, often characterized as distorted or catastrophic, we can challenge their validity. For instance, ask yourself, are these thoughts based on facts, or are they simply a reaction to fear and uncertainty? This reflective practice not only fosters mindfulness, but also encourages a sense of agency over our thoughts. Imagine standing on the shore, witnessing the waves crashing. When you learn to observe rather than engage with this storm, you can begin to shift its intensity. Next, consider the importance of intentional silence. This may sound paradoxical. How does silence help combat an internal storm? However, in our hurried lives, we often overlook the power of stillness. Creating spaces for silence enables us to process our thoughts rather than suppress them. Scientific studies underscore that mindfulness and meditation can help in stress reduction and emotional resilience, leading us toward a steadier mental state. Taking just a few moments each day to breathe deeply, reflect, and cultivate awareness can serve as a shelter from the storm's fury. In this chapter, we'll explore various techniques that promote this necessary silence: mindful breathing, journaling, and visualization practices that help you cultivate a deeper relationship with your thoughts. The goal here isn't mere distraction, but an invitation to enter a dialogue with your mind. Through these practical exercises, you will learn to welcome your thoughts without judgment, enabling you to sift through the noise and identify what genuinely matters. By embracing silence, you pave the way to understanding your unique storms, transforming them into opportunities for growth and healing. As you navigate this journey, remember that the storm may seem overwhelming, but it can also be a catalyst for self-discovery. It's time to chart your course through these turbulent waters, harnessing the power of understanding and silence. The road ahead may be challenging, yet it promises to be deeply rewarding, inviting you to emerge with renewed clarity and purpose. To implement the changes that foster calm and understanding in your life, consider starting with just a few minutes of intentional silence each day. Begin by setting aside a time in your schedule, perhaps first thing in the morning or just before bed, when you can be free from distractions. Find a quiet space where you feel comfortable, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Feel the inhale fill your lungs and observe the natural rhythm of your exhale. This simple practice centers you and allows mental clarity to emerge from the storm of thoughts. One effective, real-world application of this practice is incorporating a mindful minute into your day. Whenever you sense anxiety creeping in, be it during a hectic workday or family conflict, pause for 60 seconds, stand still, take a deep breath, and acknowledge your feelings without judgment. Picture each thought as a passing cloud. You observe them without becoming attached. This practice not only cultivates mindfulness, but also empowers you to regain control over your emotional responses, leading to greater resilience in the face of challenges. The benefits of applying these actionable steps are profound. With consistent practice, you will likely notice improvements in your emotional well-being. Reduced stress levels, enhanced focus, and a more serene outlook on life will begin to take hold. Many individuals report developing a heightened sense of awareness, allowing them to appreciate life's moments fully. This newfound perspective transforms daily interactions and enhances personal relationships as you approach each situation with a calm, centered demeanor. As you embark on this journey, it's crucial to view it as an evolving process, one that encourages you to embrace continuous growth. A practical exercise to reinforce this mindset is to keep a mindfulness journal. Document your experiences with silence, what thoughts surfaced, how you felt before and after, and any insights gained. This reflective practice will not only solidify your learning, but also illuminate your path over time, revealing the profound impact of your commitment to silence and self-awareness. Looking forward, you'll want to nurture this connection with your inner self as we transition into the next chapter, where we'll focus on recognizing catastrophic thinking patterns. This exploration is essential in understanding how our minds can trick us into spiraling down fear-filled rabbit holes. With the tools from this chapter, you'll be better equipped to identify those patterns when they arise and reframe them into healthier narratives. As you close this chapter, I encourage you to take a moment to appreciate the insights gained and prepare yourself for the journey ahead. Remember, each step you take toward mindfulness and silence empowers you, creating ripples of positive change throughout your life. Begin this transformative practice today, and let it serve as a gentle reminder that you have the power to calm the storm within. For further support and inspiration on this journey, subscribe to Balance Horizons, where we continue exploring more tools for inner peace together. Chapter 2. Recognizing Catastrophic Thinking Patterns. Have you ever found yourself spiraling into a whirlwind of anxiety over a situation that hasn't even happened yet? It's an all too common experience where one anxious thought leads to another, creating a cascade of worry that feels insurmountable. Research reveals that 70% of people frequently struggle with cognitive distortions, particularly the tendency to envision worst-case scenarios. This pervasive pattern isn't just exhausting. It can rob you of your peace and lead you into cycles of despair. So how do we break free from this suffocating cycle of catastrophic thinking? At the heart of this issue lies a deeply ingrained mental habit that many of us aren't even aware we possess. We often mistake our thoughts for reality, allowing assumptions and fears to dominate our decision-making processes. This catastrophic thinking leads to a heightened state of anxiety and an inability to enjoy the present moment. For instance, if you find yourself laying awake at night, consumed by the thought of a hypothetical interview that is days away, you are actively participating in self-sabotage. Your imagination runs wild, conjuring scenarios of failure that may never come to fruition, ultimately clouding your judgment and increasing your stress levels. The transformative solution to this dilemma begins with awareness, recognizing these patterns as they arise. This self-awareness is the first step in regaining control over your mental landscape. Mindfulness practice is a pivotal tool in this journey. When you begin to observe your thoughts, rather than engage with them, you create space to assess their validity. The practice of mindfulness invites you to notice when catastrophic thinking occurs, shining a light on the thought process before it has the chance to spiral. To unravel this habit further, it's helpful to differentiate between what you can control and what you cannot. By categorizing your worries, you can sift through the noise and focus on actionable elements. For example, if you are anxious about a presentation at work, consider what aspects are within your control. Preparation, practice, and gathering feedback from trusted colleagues. The rest, such as how your audience will react, remains beyond your influence. By understanding this distinction, you reclaim the power to act positively rather than being paralyzed by fear. Real-life applications of this strategy can radically transform your mindset. Consider a situation where you are offered a new job but feel overwhelmed by the changes it may bring. Instead of spiraling into a narrative of inadequacy or potential failure, consciously redirect your thinking. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have that this future will occur? You might realize that it's rooted in insecurity rather than reality. Engaging in positive affirmations, reminding yourself of your qualifications and past successes, can serve as a powerful counterbalance. In the subsequent sections of this chapter, we will delve into practical techniques, such as thought restructuring and visualization exercises, designed to anchor you in the present and reframing your anxiety. Each time you encounter a pessimistic thought, challenge its truth until you clear the path for a more rational perspective. Remember, this journey toward recognizing and battling catastrophic thinking is not a sprint, but a gradual evolution, where consistent practice leads to significant change. As we continue exploring this topic, prepare to empower yourself deeply, embracing the process of challenging these ingrained thought patterns and forging a path toward a more peaceful mindset. Understanding your thoughts is just the beginning, and we'll soon uncover how to transform fear into clarity. Embrace this opportunity for growth, knowing that each step taken brings you closer to lasting serenity. To implement the changes that counteract catastrophic thinking, start by adopting a practice of daily reflection. Dedicate a few quiet moments each morning or evening to examine your thoughts from the day. When a worrisome thought arises, write it down and then actively challenge its validity. Ask yourself questions like, what evidence supports this belief? Or what would I say to a friend in a similar situation? This practice not only fosters critical thinking, but also begins to reshape your cognitive patterns, transforming anxiety into insight. Consider a real-life scenario where you might encounter catastrophic thinking. Suppose you receive feedback on a project at work that feels overly critical. Instead of automatically concluding that your competence is being questioned, take a step back. Reflect on the feedback objectively, considering whether there were any constructive elements. This shift allows you to reframe the situation. Rather than spiraling into self-doubt, you redeem valuable insights for your growth. Armed with this perspective, you approach your next project with an improved mindset, viewing challenges as opportunities rather than threats. Another powerful tool to combat catastrophic thinking is a practice called thought surfing. This method encourages you to visualize your anxious thoughts as waves on the ocean. Imagine you're on a surfboard, observing each wave as it approaches. You don't fight the waves. Instead, you ride them gently or let them pass beneath you. As you allow your thoughts to come and go without attaching judgment or urgency to them, you create a sense of distance. This practice can remind you that thoughts are transient and not necessarily reflective of reality. The benefits of these practices are significant. By actively challenging and reframing your thoughts, you cultivate emotional resilience. Over time, you may find that moments of anxiety arise less frequently and with less intensity. You will likely feel a growing confidence in your ability to navigate challenges calmly and rationally. This empowerment transforms how you respond to stressful situations, allowing you to approach life with a more centered disposition. As you embark on this journey of recognizing and overcoming catastrophic thinking patterns, I invite you to take immediate action. This week, commit to your daily reflection and thought surfing. Set aside time to journal your thoughts and engage with them constructively. Notice how this practice shifts your perspective over time. Keep in mind that this is a continuous process, and the more you practice, the more progress you'll witness. In the upcoming chapter, we will explore how to reframe fearful thoughts into tangible realities. Understanding how to illuminate the shadows of fear can empower you to face challenges head-on and ignite your intrinsic strength. Together, we'll delve into strategies that cultivate courage in the face of uncertainty, enhancing your capacity to flourish in an unpredictable world. As we conclude this chapter, remember to embrace each small step you take on this path towards transformation. The journey may unfold gradually, but the rewards are profound. For ongoing insights and support, don't forget to subscribe to Balance Horizons, ensuring you remain connected on your journey toward peace and empowerment. Chapter 3: Reframing Fearful Thoughts into Reality. Have you ever found yourself paralyzed by fear, trapped in a mental maze of what-if scenarios? It might be surprising to recognize that many of us allow our fears to dictate our choices, creating a reality filled with anxiety and missed opportunities. Psychological research indicates that as much as 85% of what we fear never actually comes to pass. Yet, we often let these imaginary threats loom large over our lives. So, how do we break this cycle and transform fearful thoughts into tangible realities? At the core of this issue lies a common human inclination, allowing fear to shape our perceptions. We create narratives that amplify our worries, convincing ourselves of worst-case scenarios that often lack any grounding in reality. Consider someone preparing for an important presentation at work. Rather than focusing on their preparation, they spend hours imagining every possible failure, from stumbling over words to facing an indifferent audience. This pattern not only heightens their anxiety but also saps their confidence. They might wonder why they feel so overwhelmed, despite having the skills needed to succeed. The transformative solution begins with the art of reframing. Reframing is a cognitive technique that challenges the negative perspectives we hold by encouraging us to view situations from a more constructive angle. Instead of viewing the upcoming presentation as an impending disaster, consider reframing it as a valuable opportunity to share knowledge, express creativity, or connect with colleagues. By shifting your lens, you invite a sense of curiosity and possibility rather than fear. This shift in perception fosters resilience and empowers you to confront challenges head-on. To cultivate reframing, start with a simple yet powerful practice. Acknowledge and label your fearful thoughts. When you feel anxiety rising, take a moment to identify the specific thought creating distress. Write it down and then challenge its validity. Ask yourself, is this fear based on factual evidence or is it merely speculation? This reflective practice opens a dialogue with your mind, allowing you to examine your fears more objectively. Rather than letting fear run rampant, you become an active participant in your narrative. Consider a real-world example. Imagine a person preparing for a job interview. Instead of fixating on the fear of rejection, they focus on the qualities that position them as a strong candidate. They remind themselves of their accomplishments and skills, transforming fear into motivation. Each time a negative thought arises, they consciously counter it with affirmations of their value and readiness. This approach not only calms their anxiety, but also reinforces their self-belief, enhancing performance when the moment arrives. As we delve deeper into reframing throughout this chapter, we will explore techniques such as visualization and positive affirmations to further reinforce this transformative mindset. Cultivating a practice of regularly reframing your thoughts can create a ripple effect, ultimately altering how you respond to life's challenges. By welcoming each opportunity to reframe, you create a nurturing environment for personal growth and emotional resilience. In embracing these strategies, you take a significant step toward reclaiming your narrative, shifting from fear-based reactions to empowered responses. As you navigate this journey, remember that reframing is not a one-time fix, but a continuous practice that evolves alongside you. The power to transform fear lies in your hands, allowing you to unlock a world filled with possibilities and freedom. As we venture into the next part of this chapter, we will uncover practical exercises for further integrating reframing techniques into your daily life. Together, we will explore how these strategies can lead to profound shifts in your mindset, fostering a life that thrives amidst uncertainty. Your journey toward transformation continues, inviting you to embrace every moment as an opportunity to grow. To effectively implement the process of reframing fearful thoughts, begin by integrating a daily practice of awareness and challenge into your routine. Start each day by dedicating a few minutes to reflecting on any fears or anxieties you may encounter. When a fearful thought surfaces, pause and acknowledge it without judgment. Jot down the thought in a journal or on your phone, articulating what specifically triggers this anxiety. By naming the fear, you take the first step toward dismantling its hold over you. Next, actively engage in the reframing process. Once you have identified your fear, challenge its validity by questioning its basis. Ask yourself whether the thought is factual or merely speculative. For example, consider someone who fears failing a crucial exam. Instead of succumbing to feelings of inadequacy, they can remind themselves of their preparation, skills, and past successes. They can reframe the situation by focusing on the growth that comes from challenging experiences, recognizing that even if outcomes don't align with their desires, every experience offers lessons to learn. Real-life application of these steps can lead to impactful transformations. Imagine a person who is offered a promotion but feels unqualified. Initially, the individual might think, "I'll fail in this role." By acknowledging this thought and reframing it into, "I have valuable skills and support that can help me succeed," they empower themselves to approach the challenge with renewed confidence. This shift in mindset not only alleviates anxiety, but also enhances performance, revealing the potential for growth and success that previously felt out of reach. The benefits of reframing fearful thoughts are profound. By consistently practicing this process, you create a more resilient mental framework. Over time, you will likely notice a significant decrease in anxiety surrounding challenges, allowing you to embrace opportunities that once felt daunting. Additionally, reframing cultivates a growth mindset, one that is open to learning and adapting rather than succumbing to paralyzing fear. This perspective shift not only enriches personal and professional experiences, but also enhances overall well-being. As you navigate through this transformative journey, I encourage you to take actionable steps starting today. Set aside time to reflect on your fears regularly, documenting them and challenging their origins. Engage in practices such as positive affirmations to further bolster your confidence. Daily reminders of your strengths can serve as powerful motivators. This journey is not a linear path, but a continuous avenue of growth, and embracing each step with patience is essential. In the next chapter, we will explore breaking the cycle of anxiety loops, diving deeper into strategies that help us confront and disrupt these often automatic, repetitive thought patterns. You will gain insights into recognizing the triggers and devising methods to cultivate a sense of calm amid anxiety. The adventure toward emotional resilience continues, and I invite you to embrace it wholeheartedly. As we conclude this chapter, remember that the power to transform your narrative lies within your reach. Each moment of self-reflection and reframing brings you closer to a life unshackled by fear. To continue receiving insights and support as you navigate your journey, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons. Together, we'll cultivate a life of purpose and tranquility. Chapter 4: Breaking the Cycle of Anxiety Loops. Have you ever felt trapped in an unending loop of anxious thoughts, as if your mind were stuck on a record that keeps playing the same worrisome tune? This repetitive cycle of anxiety can feel relentless, creating a sense of dread that undermines your mental clarity and emotional well-being. Studies show that around 30% of adults struggle with anxiety disorders, often characterized by persistent, intrusive thoughts that derail their day-to-day experiences. So, how can we break free from these powerful cycles and reclaim our peace of mind? At the heart of this issue is the recognition that anxiety often feeds on itself, creating a feedback loop that magnifies even the smallest worries. For instance, you might find yourself anxious about an upcoming meeting, leading you to ruminate on past mistakes. This reflection can spiral into self-doubt, resulting in increased physical symptoms like a racing heart or sweating. Instead of taking constructive action, such as preparing for the meeting, you become consumed by anxiety, which further exacerbates the cycle. This phenomenon is not only exhausting, but can lead to avoidance behaviors that interfere with your personal and professional growth. The transformative solution lies in understanding how to identify and disrupt these anxiety loops. By introducing practices that cultivate awareness and mindfulness, you empower yourself to step back from the cycle and assess your thoughts objectively. Mindfulness encourages you to observe your feelings and thoughts without judgment, allowing you to create distance from the immediate emotional experience. When you pause to recognize that anxiety is simply a reaction to internal stimuli, you diminish its power over you. One practical approach for breaking these cycles is to implement a technique called thought stopping. When you notice the onset of anxiety, firmly but kindly tell yourself to stop. This might sound simple, but the effectiveness lies in the immediate shift it creates in your mental state. Visualize a stop sign in your mind, and take a deep breath to anchor yourself in the present moment. By interrupting the thought pattern, you create a small window of space where you can introduce healthier perspectives. Consider the scenario where you're fretting about a friend's potential reaction to a text message. Instead of spiraling into overthinking, consciously change your focus to the fact that you've reached out, and the outcome will unfold naturally. Real-life application can further illustrate these concepts. Imagine preparing for a significant life event, such as a wedding or a family gathering. The anticipation might trigger anxiety over various details. Instead of succumbing to the pressure, practice self-compassion and give yourself permission to feel anxious without judgment. Adopt strategies like mindful breathing or visualization exercises to help recalibrate your emotional state. When you visualize yourself successfully navigating the event, you reinforce a positive self-image, diminishing the likelihood of spiraling into a loop. The benefits of breaking free from anxiety loops are profound. By establishing awareness and practicing thought-stopping techniques, you regain control over your mental environment. You may find that you experience less anxiety overall and gain confidence in your ability to face challenges. As you cultivate this practice, you'll notice a greater sense of tranquility flourishing in your daily life. As we continue to explore ways to nurture emotional resilience, I encourage you to experiment with these techniques in your daily routine. Acknowledge moments of anxiety as they arise and actively engage in breaking the cycle. Remember, each small step you take builds upon the last, paving the way for significant transformation. In the next section of this chapter, we'll discover powerful strategies to strengthen your resilience against anxiety, equipping you with tools to face challenges more successfully. Your journey toward tranquility and empowerment continues, inviting you to explore new approaches to nurture your mental health and well-being. To further break the cycle of anxiety loops, it's crucial to incorporate actionable strategies into your daily routine. Begin by establishing a regular practice of self-awareness. Set aside time each morning to contemplate your emotional state. Reflect on any potential triggers or worries that you anticipate for the day. By identifying these areas of concern before they escalate, you empower yourself to prepare mentally, transforming the way you approach challenges. For instance, if you know that a stressful meeting lies ahead, take a moment to visualize the meeting, focusing on successful outcomes rather than concerning thoughts. Next, practice grounding techniques whenever you find yourself caught in a loop. Grounding is about centering yourself in the present moment to alleviate overwhelming emotions. A straightforward method is the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. As you feel anxiety building, pause and acknowledge your surroundings. Identify 5 things you can see, 4 that you can touch, 3 that you can hear, 2 that you can smell, and 1 that you can taste. This simple exercise brings you back to the present, effectively disrupting the anxious thought pattern and allowing you to regain perspective. Consider how this might apply in a real-world scenario. Picture yourself during a challenging conversation with a family member. Instead of allowing anxious thoughts about the discussion to swallow you whole, engage in the grounding technique mentioned above. Acknowledge your immediate environment, the warmth of the sun, the texture of the couch, or the sound of distant birds. This practice creates mental space to communicate with clarity rather than react emotionally, ultimately leading to a healthier resolution of conflicts. The benefits of applying grounding techniques and self-awareness are manifold. You will likely notice a significant reduction in the frequency and intensity of your anxiety. Furthermore, as you become adept at spotting anxious loops early on, you cultivate a sense of mastery over your emotional responses. This transformation builds emotional resilience, allowing you to face various life situations with renewed confidence and peace. To enhance this process further, embrace the power of journaling. Keep a dedicated notebook where you can express your thoughts and document your feelings daily. This practice not only serves as an outlet for your emotions, but also allows you to track your progress. Write down your experiences with breaking anxiety loops, noting what strategies worked best for you and how your emotional responses evolved over time. This bespoke roadmap to understanding your anxiety signals will be invaluable as you develop your coping strategies. As you embark on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth, I encourage you to incorporate these actionable steps into your daily routine. Start today by setting aside time to reflect, practice grounding, and journal your experiences. Consider each step along the way as part of a broader journey toward empowerment and emotional harmony. Remember, transformation does not occur overnight. Embrace the process and be kind to yourself along the way. In the upcoming chapter, we'll address how to cultivate emotional resilience daily, focusing on practices that strengthen your mental fortitude in the face of challenges. As we explore ways to build resilience that supports long-term emotional health, envision the empowered, resilient individual you are becoming. To stay connected on this path of personal growth, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons, where you will continue to receive insights and support tailored to your journey. Your commitment to transformation begins with these steps, leading to a life infused with peace and courage. Chapter 5: Strengthening Emotional Resilience. Daily. Have you ever watched a tree bend in the wind, only to return upright after the storm has passed? This resilience is not just a lesson from nature, it's a principle we can embody in our own lives. Emotional resilience enables us to adapt to adversity and bounce back from difficult experiences. Yet, in a world filled with stressors and uncertainties, building this resilience can feel like an uphill battle. Research shows that emotional resilience is a skill that can be developed with practice, yet many of us wrestle with feelings of vulnerability and fear that hold us back. So, how can we cultivate this vital trait and withstand the storms of life? The fundamental issue lies in our tendency to view challenges as insurmountable obstacles rather than opportunities for growth. Each setback can feel overwhelming, leading to a paralysis of action where we shrink back instead of moving forward. For instance, imagine receiving critical feedback at work and immediately feeling defeated, convinced that this single instance defines your entire capability. This negative thinking can spiral into feelings of inadequacy, reinforcing a cycle that undermines your confidence. The problem is that without resilience, we may allow life's challenges to dictate our self-worth and dictate our emotional well-being. The transformative solution begins with the practice of self-compassion. When faced with difficulties, rather than succumbing to self-criticism, extend kindness toward yourself. Remind yourself that setbacks are part of the human experience, not a reflection of your capabilities. According to research by psychologist Kristen Neff, self-compassion can significantly enhance resilience by fostering and nurturing inner voice. When you encounter adversity, take a moment to acknowledge your feelings without harsh judgment. This recognition creates a safe space for growth. Additionally, adopting a growth mindset is essential in building emotional resilience. This concept, developed by psychologist Carol Dweck, emphasizes the belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and perseverance. When faced with challenges, instead of lamenting your limitations, ask yourself how you can learn and improve. For example, if you experience setbacks in personal relationships, reflect on what you can do differently in the future, rather than ruminating on perceived failures. This proactive approach transforms a negative experience into a powerful learning opportunity. Practical applications of these concepts can profoundly affect your daily life. Start implementing self-compassion by practicing gratitude. Daily, jot down 3 things you appreciate about yourself. This practice not only shifts your focus from criticism to acknowledgement, but also reinforces a positive self-image. Meanwhile, challenge yourself to confront a small fear or a discomfort each day. As you gradually expose yourself to challenges, your resilience will strengthen, transforming anxiety into courage. The benefits of cultivating emotional resilience are multifaceted. Increased resilience brings improved mental health, greater emotional stability, and an enhanced ability to handle life's difficulties. You may find that challenges become less daunting as you develop a more resilient mindset, allowing you to navigate life with confidence and grace. As you embark on this journey to strengthen your emotional resilience, remember that growth is a continuous process. Embrace each step along the way with patience and self-compassion. In the next portion of this chapter, we will explore specific daily routines and practices designed to enhance emotional resilience further. Together, we'll discover strategies to integrate nurturing habits into your life that will support your journey toward ongoing emotional health. Prepare yourself for ways to cultivate strength that will serve you well in the face of life's inevitable changes and challenges. To further enhance your emotional resilience, consider incorporating daily routines and specific exercises that nurture this vital trait. Start each day with a morning ritual that centers you, such as mindful meditation or journaling. Spend 5 to 10 minutes in silence, focusing on your breath, allowing thoughts to come and go without attachment. This practice not only cultivates mindfulness, but also prepares your mind for the challenges ahead, reinforcing your ability to remain grounded when faced with adversity. As you cultivate this quiet space within yourself, reflect on your past experiences. Choose a significant challenge you faced and write about it in your journal. Detail how you navigated that situation and the lessons learned. This reflective process helps reinforce your understanding of resilience and highlights your capacity to overcome difficulties. For example, recount a time when you faced a tough decision at work. By documenting not only the hurdles but also how you felt and the steps you took, you solidify your strengths and recognize that you've successfully navigated obstacles before. Another effective strategy is to establish resilience check-ins throughout your day. Set aside a few moments, perhaps after lunch or mid-afternoon, to pause and assess your emotional state. Ask yourself questions like, how am I feeling right now? Or what challenges have I faced today, and how did I respond to them? This practice encourages self-awareness and allows you to celebrate small victories while identifying areas that require further attention. You might find that during a check-in, you could acknowledge a tense moment you resolved effectively, reinforcing your confidence in managing stress. Additionally, integrate physical activity into your routine, as exercise has been shown to boost mental health and resilience. A brisk walk or a stretch break can release endorphins, elevate your mood, and provide a refreshing perspective on your day. For instance, consider taking your lunch break outdoors, allowing the fresh air to invigorate you. This simple act of stepping away from your desk can interrupt negative thought patterns and boost your emotional well-being. The benefits of these daily practices are profound. By incorporating mindfulness, reflection, check-ins, and physical activities into your routine, you create a strong foundation for emotional resilience. You will begin to notice that challenges no longer feel insurmountable. Instead, they become manageable tasks that you can tackle with confidence and clarity. As you immerse yourself in this journey of emotional growth, I encourage you to take immediate action. Begin today by setting aside time for a morning ritual, jotting down reflections from past challenges, and planning exercise into your daily schedule. Embrace the notion that building resilience is a continuous process, and every small effort contributes to a stronger, more balanced you. In the following chapter, we will delve into the art of calming the inner chaos effectively, exploring techniques that help soothe the mind during turbulent times. Learn how to create a personalized toolkit for relaxation and clarity when stressors arise. This chapter promises to equip you with practical strategies that enhance your resilience and fortify your emotional landscape. For ongoing support and insights on your journey, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons. Engage fully in your transformation, and remember that each step you take toward emotional resilience is a step toward a more fulfilling life. Chapter 6: Calming the Inner Chaos Effectively. Can you recall a moment when your thoughts felt like a cacophony, drowning out any sense of peace? The overwhelming rush of mental chatter often leaves us feeling frantic and unfocused. In fact, research indicates that the average person experiences up to 70,000 thoughts per day, with many of them repetitive and filled with anxiety. This deluge of thoughts can make it incredibly challenging to navigate daily life, leading to stress, irritability, and emotional fatigue. So how do we move from chaos to calm, discovering that inner sanctuary amid the clamor? The fundamental issue lies in our inability to effectively manage the constant stream of thoughts and responsibilities that bombard us. Many of us operate in a state of perpetual distraction, leading to an altered state where we react automatically rather than thoughtfully. Picture a busy morning where you are rushing to meet deadlines while juggling personal obligations. In the frenzy, your mind races from one task to another, making it nearly impossible to focus on any one thing. This chaotic mental state not only drains our energy, but also compromises our effectiveness and well-being. The transformative solution lies in developing skills to calm the inner chaos. Essential to this process is the practice of mindfulness, which invites you to anchor yourself in the present moment rather than being swept away by thoughts. Mindfulness is not merely a trend. It's supported by extensive scientific research showing that practicing mindfulness significantly reduces stress, enhances focus, and improves emotional regulation. By cultivating this awareness, you gain tools to observe your thoughts without becoming entangled in them. One effective strategy is to introduce mindful breathing practices into your daily routine. Set aside a few moments each day to engage in mindful breathing exercises. This can be as simple as inhaling deeply for a count of 4, holding your breath for 4 counts, and then exhaling slowly for another 4 counts. As you focus on your breath, pay attention to how it feels in your body and allow distractions to drift away. If thoughts arise, notice them without judgment and gently return your focus to your breath. This practice creates a calming rhythm that roots you in the present, helping to quiet the inner noise, just like a steady drumbeat amid a storm. Consider how these techniques can be applied in real-world scenarios. Imagine yourself at work, feeling overwhelmed by an impending deadline. Before diving into your tasks, take a brief pause for a mindful breathing exercise. By consciously taking those few moments to center yourself, you'll likely return to your work with renewed clarity and focus. This brief interlude can serve as an anchor, allowing you to navigate through your responsibilities with greater ease and calmness. The benefits of calming your inner chaos are immense. Not only will you likely feel less stressed overall, but you will also notice an enhancement in your productivity and emotional resilience. As a result, daily life transitions from being a series of chaotic reactions to a more intentional flow, wherein you approach each moment with awareness and purpose. As you begin applying these practices, I encourage you to treat this journey as an ongoing process. Start today by integrating mindful breathing into your daily routine. Set an intention to be present, actively seeking opportunities to engage in mindfulness throughout your day. In the next portion of this chapter, we will explore additional techniques for calming your mind, such as visualization and guided imagery. These practices will further equip you with the tools needed to create tranquility amidst life's inevitable chaos. Remember that the journey to inner peace is a gradual process filled with opportunities for self-discovery and growth. To further cultivate a sense of calm and manage inner chaos, consider implementing a series of actionable practices that you can integrate into your daily life. Start by creating a designated time for mindfulness each day. This could be in the morning to set a serene tone before your responsibilities, or in the evening to unwind from the day. Aim for at least 10 minutes of focused mindfulness practice. During this time, find a quiet space where you can sit comfortably, close your eyes, and direct your attention to your breath. If your mind begins to wander, gently guide it back to the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. This practice reinforces the idea that it is natural for thoughts to arise, allowing you to acknowledge them without judgment and return to a state of calm. Another effective technique to further your calming journey is visualization. Visualization involves creating mental images that evoke feelings of peace and tranquility. To begin, think about a place where you feel completely at ease. This could be a serene beach, a lush forest, or a quiet room filled with soft light. Whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, take a brief moment to close your eyes and vividly imagine this tranquil space. Picture the details: the sound of the waves, the the scent of pine, or the warmth of sunlight on your skin. Engaging all your senses in this visualization not only distracts from chaotic thoughts, but also physically calms your body, triggering a relaxation response. Consider how this might apply in various life situations. Imagine a stressful moment, such as waiting for a presentation to start. Rather than succumbing to anxiety, take a few deep breaths and visualize yourself standing confidently in front of your audience. You might even imagine positive feedback after your presentation. This mental rehearsal lessens anxiety and enhances performance, allowing you to approach the situation with a clear mind and renewed focus. Incorporating these practices yields significant benefits. As you regularly engage in mindful breathing and visualization, you may notice a marked decrease in stress levels and an increase in your ability to manage emotional responses. Over time, these techniques empower you to work through the chaos instead of being overwhelmed by it, creating a greater sense of balance in your life. To encourage immediate application, I invite you to start integrating these techniques into your routine today. Set aside dedicated moments for mindful breathing and visualization, even if just for a few minutes. Enhance these practices by journaling about your experiences. Reflect on how you feel before and after each session. This simple act can reinforce your commitment to self-care and provide insight into your progress. As we continue this journey together, the next chapter will explore building a mindset of rational confidence. This chapter will deepen your understanding of how to approach challenges with a calm and assured mindset. You'll discover practical tools that will enable you to navigate uncertainties without fear, reinforcing the emotional strength you are cultivating. Before you turn to the next page, remember to subscribe to Balance Horizons for ongoing support and a wealth of resources tailored to your personal growth. Your path to tranquility and empowerment is unfolding, one mindful moment at a time. Embrace it fully and watch as your inner chaos transforms into a serene sanctuary. Chapter 7. Building a Mindset of Rational Confidence. Have you ever faced a daunting task and felt an overwhelming wave of self-doubt wash over you? This experience is all too common, and it can be paralyzing. According to psychological studies, nearly 70% of people struggle with imposter syndrome at some point in their lives, questioning their abilities and fearing exposure as a fraud. This deep-seated fear of inadequacy can deter us from pursuing opportunities, stifling our potential for growth and success. So how can we cultivate a mindset of rational confidence that empowers us to tackle challenges head-on? The issue primarily resides in our perception of self-worth, heavily influenced by external factors such as societal expectations or comparison to others. Many individuals internalize negative feedback or past failures, allowing them to overshadow their achievements. For instance, you might receive praise for a successful project at work, but one critical comment from a colleague lingers in your mind, diminishing your sense of accomplishment. This imbalance creates a distorted view of your abilities and fosters a cycle of self-doubt that can hinder personal and professional growth. To transform this mindset, we must actively practice reframing our thoughts and cultivating rational confidence. This process begins with self-reflection and awareness. Acknowledge your insecurities, but do not let them define you. Instead of yielding to negative thoughts, challenge them by identifying concrete evidence of your capabilities. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I will fail at this presentation," counter that thought with facts. "I have successfully delivered presentations before, and I am well prepared this time." This deliberate shift in perspective fosters a more balanced outlook. Incorporating positive affirmations into your daily routine can also significantly enhance your confidence. Positive affirmations involve consciously repeating phrases that reinforce your value and capabilities, such as "I am capable" or "I handle challenges with grace." Research shows that repeated affirmations can rewire your brain, gradually replacing self-doubt with self-acceptance. Stand in front of a mirror each morning, state your affirmations with conviction, and allow their essence to permeate your thoughts as you navigate your day. Real-life applications of building rational confidence can be transformative. Consider an individual preparing for an upcoming job interview. Instead of succumbing to anxiety, they allocate time to reflect on their accomplishments and strengths. They might list past successes, testimonials from colleagues, or even skills they've honed over the years. By focusing on their qualifications, they reinforce their readiness for the position. This proactive approach not only alleviates self-doubt, but empowers them to enter the interview with a calm and confident mindset. The benefits of fostering rational confidence are immense. As you internalize affirmations and practice reframing negative thoughts, you cultivate a resilient self-image that allows you to tackle challenges with a sense of assurance. You'll likely notice an increase in motivation and enthusiasm for pursuing new opportunities, marking a significant shift in how you approach both personal and professional aspects of your life. As we continue to explore this theme of confidence building, I encourage you to take immediate steps to enhance your mindset. Begin today by identifying the negative thoughts that frequently plague your mind and practice reframing them into positive, affirming statements. Commit to daily affirmations and observe how they influence your confidence over time. In the next half of this chapter, we will delve deeper into the specific strategies that further reinforce confidence, including visualization techniques and goal setting. Together, we will explore how to develop a roadmap for success that propels you towards your aspirations. Remember, the journey toward a mindset of rational confidence is an ongoing process, and each step brings you closer to unlocking your true potential. For continued support on this path, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons, where transformative insights await you. To further develop a mindset of rational confidence, it is essential to incorporate specific, actionable steps into your daily routine. Begin by setting clear, achievable goals for yourself. When your objectives are well-defined, you create a roadmap that guides your actions and decisions. For instance, instead of vaguely aiming to do better at work, specify your goal. I will complete my project a week early. This clarity not only gives you focus, but also allows you to track your progress and celebrate small victories along the way. Once you have established your goals, break them down into manageable tasks. This step approach makes the journey less daunting. If you are preparing for a significant presentation, create a checklist that includes researching your topic, preparing your slides, and practicing your delivery. As you complete each task, you reinforce your sense of competence and rational confidence. Each small accomplishment builds upon the last, making the larger goal feel more attainable. Visualization is another powerful technique that can amplify your confidence. Take time each day to envision your success vividly. Close your eyes and picture yourself entering a meeting with self-assurance, articulating your ideas confidently, and receiving positive feedback from your colleagues. This mental rehearsal prepares both your mind and body for the real-life experience, significantly decreasing anxiety and boosting your self-esteem. Research shows that athletes and performers who incorporate visualization techniques often achieve greater success than those who do not. Therefore, whether you're preparing for a presentation, a difficult conversation, or a performance, imagine yourself succeeding in vivid detail. Consider the real-world implications of these techniques. Picture someone preparing for a job interview. They can begin the process by establishing a goal. I will ace this interview by showcasing my strengths. They then list key achievements and pertinent examples that illustrate these strengths. Every evening leading up to the interview, they visualize the entire experience, walking confidently into the office, answering questions with poise, and ultimately leaving the interview feeling accomplished. As a result, they approach the actual event with a sense of readiness that empowers confidence. The benefits of applying these strategies are profound. By setting clear goals, breaking them down into manageable tasks, practicing visualization, and reflecting on your achievements, you cultivate a robust sense of self. Over time, this approach fosters a nurturing environment where rational confidence flourishes. You may find that you handle challenges with newfound ease and approach exciting opportunities without fear. As you embark on this transformative journey, I encourage you to put these concepts into practice starting today. Identify a specific goal and break it down into actionable steps. Engage in visualization exercises that allow you to mentally rehearse your path to success. Recall that developing confidence is not a destination. It's a continuous journey of growth. In the next chapter, we will explore the art of managing uncertainty without panic. This chapter will provide practical techniques to help you remain grounded during challenging times, instilling a greater sense of control and assurance. You will learn to navigate the unpredictable nature of life with poise and clarity. Before you move on, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons for ongoing support and resources on your journey. Remember, every effort you make toward nurturing your confidence propels you to a life filled with potential and achievement. Embrace the process and allow yourself to flourish. Chapter 8: Managing Uncertainty Without Panic. Have you ever felt that familiar surge of anxiety when faced with uncertainty, as if the ground beneath you is suddenly unpredictable? Uncertainty is a natural part of life. However, it often carries an emotional weight that can lead to panic and distress. Your brain is wired to seek safety and predictability, which can make unknown outcomes feel particularly threatening. Research indicates that the anticipation of uncertainty can elicit more anxiety than the uncertainty itself, which can overwhelm us and hinder our decision-making. So, how do we navigate this uncertainty with a sense of calm and assurance? The primary challenge lies in the human tendency to fixate on potential negative outcomes. When faced with ambiguity, whether regarding a job, a relationship, or any life decision, our minds can spiral into a vortex of worrying thoughts. For example, you may find yourself unable to focus on your work because you're preoccupied with what might go wrong in an upcoming presentation. This mental chatter can paralyze you, preventing you from taking actionable steps and causing emotional distress. Making decisions in an uncertain environment can feel daunting, and often our first instinct is to overanalyze every possible outcome, which only adds to the chaos. The transformative solution to managing uncertainty effectively is to cultivate mindfulness and adopt a mindset of acceptance in the face of the unknown. Accepting uncertainty involves recognizing that while we cannot control outcomes, we can control our responses to them. Mindfulness practice encourages us to stay present, focusing on what we can influence rather than succumbing to the fear of the unknown. Acknowledging uncertainty creates a space where you can breathe and reflect without the weight of impending doom. One effective method for embracing uncertainty is to engage in mindfulness meditation. Begin with simple breathing exercises where you sit comfortably and focus on your breath. If your thoughts wander toward worries about the future, gently bring your focus back to your breath. This practice helps you cultivate a habit of returning to the present moment, a skill that becomes invaluable when uncertainties arise. Research indicates that mindfulness meditation enhances emotional regulation, making it easier for individuals to remain calm during challenging situations. Consider applying these practices in real-world moments of uncertainty. If you find yourself anxious about an upcoming job interview, take time to engage in mindful breathing before the event. Give yourself permission to acknowledge the unknowns associated with the interview. Instead of ruminating on what could go wrong, focus on the steps you have taken to prepare. Concentrate on your qualifications and envision a constructive, positive interaction. This reframing shifts your focus from anxiety to empowerment, allowing you to approach uncertainty with confidence and clarity. The benefits of managing uncertainty without panic extend far beyond immediate relief. By embracing uncertainty through mindfulness, you not only cultivate resilience, but also encourage a growth mindset. You will likely notice that challenges become less daunting, fostering a greater sense of adaptability in your life. As you absorb these insights, I urge you to practice mindfulness and acceptance in situations where uncertainty prevails. Begin by dedicating a few moments each day to mindfulness meditation, allowing it to ground you. Slowly, as you engage with these practices, you will develop a toolkit to navigate life's uncertainties both calmly and effectively. In the next part of this chapter, we will delve deeper into additional strategies for managing uncertainty, focusing on techniques that enhance your ability to remain grounded amid changing circumstances. We will explore ways to build your emotional resilience so that you can face life's unpredictability with confidence and poise. As you commit to this journey, remember that each moment spent embracing uncertainty is a step toward greater inner strength. To further enhance your ability to manage uncertainty, it's vital to implement practical, actionable steps that promote resilience and adaptability in the face of challenges. Start by creating a worry journal. This simple tool allows you to acknowledge your concerns without letting them overwhelm you. Each day, jot down the things that are causing you anxiety or uncertainty. Once you've documented your worries, review them critically. Ask yourself whether these concerns are within your control or primarily outside of it. This process not only provides clarity, but also reinforces your understanding of what you can influence and what you must accept. Next, consciously practice reframing your thoughts. When you identify a worry, work to transform it into a constructive perspective. For instance, if you're anxious about an upcoming performance review, instead of thinking, "What if my boss doesn't like my work?" shift to, "I have consistently met my goals, and this review is a chance for feedback and growth." This shift in thought encourages resilience and allows you to approach the situation with a more positive mindset. This practice can be especially effective in light of cognitive behavioral therapy research, which has shown that actively challenging negative thoughts leads to improved emotional outcomes. Consider a real-life scenario to illustrate these concepts. Say you've been invited to give a speech but feel anxious about public speaking. Instead of allowing those feelings of dread to overwhelm you, utilize your worry journal to articulate your fears. Perhaps you write down, "I might forget what to say," or "people might judge me." After acknowledging those thoughts, reframe them. "I can practice beforehand and prepare notes." Or, "Every audience is there to learn, not to judge." By taking these steps, you empower yourself to transform anxiety into actionable preparation, allowing you to approach the speech with confidence. The benefits of implementing these strategies are substantial. A worry journal cultivates self-awareness and emotional intelligence, while reframing your thoughts fosters resilience. Over time, you might find that you feel less anxious in uncertain situations and better equipped to handle challenges as they arise. You'll likely notice a growth in your confidence, leading to more assertive decision-making and a willingness to embrace new opportunities. As you embark on this journey, I encourage you to apply these practices consistently. Start your own worry journal today, and dedicate a few minutes each evening to reflect on your thoughts. Make it a habit to practice reframing when anxiety strikes. Eventually, this process will become second nature. In the next chapter, we will explore turning negative spirals into opportunities for growth. You will discover how to harness the lessons hidden within your uncertainties and fears, transforming them into stepping stones toward resilience. This chapter promises to provide you with practical tools for converting challenges into sources of strength and insight. Before moving forward, remember to subscribe to Balance Horizons for ongoing resources and support on your path to personal growth. Your journey toward embracing uncertainty is just beginning, and each step you take is a powerful investment in your future well-being. Embrace the process, and let each moment guide you closer to the calm and confidence you seek. Chapter 9: Turning Negative Spirals into Growth. Have you ever felt trapped in a negative thought spiral, where one small doubt leads to another until you're engulfed in a cascade of pessimism? This phenomenon is all too common, and for many it leads to emotional exhaustion and a sense of helplessness. Studies show that individuals who experience chronic negative thinking are more susceptible to anxiety and depression, which can severely impact their quality of life. The question then arises, how can we break free from these cyclical thoughts and transform them into opportunities for personal growth? The core issue lies in our tendency to embrace negative narratives, allowing them to dominate our mental landscape. When we fixate on what could go wrong or reflect on past failures, we descend into a spiral where our minds conjure worst-case scenarios. Consider this. You receive a critical comment from a colleague about your work. Instead of recognizing it as feedback for improvement, you dwell on it and question your abilities entirely. This loop feeds a negative self-image, distorting reality and overshadowing your strengths. The transformative solution involves a deliberate shift towards cultivating a growth mindset. A growth mindset, as popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can develop through effort and perseverance. This mindset allows you to view challenges and criticisms not as reflections of your worth, but as stepping stones for growth. When you encounter a setback, rather than spiraling deeper into negativity, you can ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? In order to facilitate this mindset shift, begin with reflective journaling. Each day, take a moment to write down any negative thoughts or experiences you encountered. Next, identify actionable lessons or insights derived from those experiences. For instance, if you find yourself ruminating on a missed opportunity, articulate what you can do differently next time. This reflective process empowers you to extract meaning from your experiences, reducing the emotional toll of negative thinking. Imagining a real-world application of this principle, envision someone who overlooks a promotion at work. Initially, they might feel defeated, succumbing to thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I will never be recognized for my efforts." But by engaging in reflective journaling, they recognize that while they missed this opportunity, they also gained valuable insights. They identify skills to improve and even reach out to a mentor for feedback. This approach not only lifts the weight of self-doubt, but paves the way for professional growth and enhanced confidence. The benefits of embracing this growth mindset are profound. You may notice that challenges become less paralyzing as you develop a framework for constructive thinking. With each shift in perspective, you cultivate emotional resilience, allowing setbacks to serve as catalysts for newfound strength rather than falling into despair. Moreover, fostering self-compassion during these transitions facilitates a supportive inner dialogue that nurtures your potential. As you embark on this journey of transformation, I encourage you to implement these techniques in your daily life. Start by maintaining your reflective journal, ensuring you consistently recognize your negative thoughts while seeking valuable lessons from them. Commit to viewing each experience, whether positive or negative, as an opportunity for growth. In the next section of this chapter, we will delve deeper into additional techniques for transforming negative spirals, including mindfulness practices and supportive conversations designed to reinforce resilience. You will learn how to cultivate an environment that nurtures growth and fosters positivity in your life. Before turning the page, remember to subscribe to Balance Horizons for ongoing insight and resources that will accompany you on your path to personal growth. Your ability to transform negative thoughts into opportunities for growth starts now, paving the way for a future filled with potential and self-discovery. To effectively transform negative spirals into growth opportunities, it's essential to adopt a few clear, actionable steps that can be seamlessly integrated into your daily life. Start by establishing a routine for self-reflection. Dedicate a few minutes each evening to review your day and identify any negative thoughts that arose. Write them down in a dedicated journal, ensuring you capture the context and your emotional responses. This practice of journaling not only externalizes your feelings, but also creates a tangible record that allows you to observe patterns in your thinking over time. Once you've recorded your thoughts, it's vital to follow this with a reframing exercise. Take each negative entry and ask yourself two critical questions. What can I learn from this? And how can I view this experience differently? For example, if you noted a moment when you felt overlooked in a meeting, instead of dwelling on feelings of inadequacy, reframe it by recognizing that each experience contributes to your professional journey. You might say to yourself, "This was a chance to listen more and engage differently in the future." This conscious reframing shifts your perspective from victimhood to empowerment, allowing room for growth. Incorporating mindfulness techniques can further enhance your ability to transform negativity into growth. Take a moment daily for mindful breathing or meditation. As you breathe deeply, visualize your negative thoughts as passing clouds in the sky. Rather than holding on to them, allow them to drift away, emphasizing that no thought is permanent. This mindfulness practice helps create distance between you and your negative spirals, paving the way for clearer thinking and emotional stability. Consider a practical scenario reflecting these strategies. Imagine an individual facing consistent challenges at work. They may feel a sense of dread each time a new project arrives, believing they won't succeed. By journaling after their initial feelings of anxiety, They can recognize this pattern as mere fear based on past experiences. Instead of allowing panic to set in, they implement the reframing practice. They remind themselves of previous successes, recognizing their capability and resilience. Additionally, they engage in mindfulness, breathing deeply, and visualizing successful project outcomes. This multifaceted approach reduces anxiety, enhances confidence, and encourages a proactive stance toward new challenges. The benefits of these practices extend far beyond immediate relief from negativity. By regularly reflecting, reframing, and practicing mindfulness, you gradually foster an enduring sense of resilience. You'll likely find that you approach challenges with renewed confidence, viewing setbacks not as failures, but as stepping stones along your path. This transformation enhances your emotional intelligence, allowing you to respond to life's fluctuations more mindfully and positively. As you engage with these techniques, I urge you to start applying them right away. Create your self-reflection routine tonight and commit to journaling about any negative thought patterns you notice. Make it a habit to reframe those thoughts and couple this practice with mindfulness exercises. Over time, you will witness an incredible shift in how you perceive uncertainty and face challenges with courage and optimism. In the next chapter, we will delve into releasing the grip of worst-case scenarios, exploring how to let go of the fear of failure and embrace opportunities for success. You'll learn practical strategies to face fears head-on, transforming potential anxieties into actionable plans for growth and fulfillment. As you continue this journey, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons. You'll receive ongoing support and insights tailored to help you navigate your path of personal development. Your willingness to confront negative spirals is not just a step toward transformation, it's a commitment to thriving in every area of life. Embrace the journey and watch as you unfold into the best version of yourself. Chapter 10: Releasing the Grip of Worst-Case Scenarios. Have you ever found yourself spiraling into a series of hypothetical catastrophes? One moment you're experiencing a minor setback, and the next, your mind is racing through a labyrinth of worst-case scenarios, each more alarming than the last. This what-if thinking can feel paralyzing, as if you're trapped in a cage of your own making. Research suggests that up to 90% of our fears are unfounded, yet our minds cling to these negative narratives with fierce tenacity. The real question is, how can we break free from this cycle of catastrophic thinking and reclaim our sense of peace? The common challenge we face is the tendency to let fear dictate our thoughts and actions. When we encounter uncertainty, whether it's a difficult conversation, a looming deadline, or a life-changing decision, our brains often default to imagining the worst outcomes. This pattern not only heightens anxiety, but can prevent us from taking necessary actions, leading to missed opportunities or worsening situations. For instance, if you're preparing for a job interview, your mind might race with thoughts like, "What if I forget what to say?" or "What if they don't like me?" These scenarios magnify your stress and can hinder your performance, resulting in a self-fulfilling prophecy. To transform this negative thought pattern, we need a structured approach that includes awareness, reframing, and deliberate action. The first step is awareness, simply recognizing when your mind begins to spiral into catastrophic thinking. Establish a routine of mindfulness or journaling where you can capture your thoughts as they arise. By documenting these moments of anxiety, you can begin to see the patterns and identify triggers, thus gaining clarity on what specifically fuels your worst-case scenarios. Research shows that externalizing your fears makes them easier to manage, allowing you to view them with greater objectivity. After acknowledging your concerns, the next step is reframing. Challenge the validity of your scenarios by asking yourself critical questions. What evidence do I have that this worst-case outcome will happen? Or, have I ever faced a similar situation, and what was the actual result? For example, if you fear failing a project, remind yourself of past successes and the skills you possess that have led you here. This exercise shifts your perspective from one of helplessness to empowerment, opening the door for more positive thinking. Real-life application of these techniques can provide substantial relief. Imagine someone who experiences anxiety before a surgery. Initially, their mind may fill with thoughts of complications and poor outcomes. By documenting these fears, they can begin to confront the reality of their worries, recognizing that they have qualified professionals to guide them. They can also practice reframing their thoughts. I have a strong support system, and I am taking steps to ensure my health. By focusing on the present and preparing for the procedure, they cultivate a sense of calm and agency. As you navigate this journey, I encourage you to start applying these strategies immediately. Dedicate time to identify your patterns of catastrophic thinking, document them, and engage in reframing exercises. Recognize that releasing these worst-case scenarios is not about denying potential challenges, but about empowering yourself to face them with resilience and confidence. In the next part of this chapter, we will explore further strategies to solidify your ability to let go of negativity and take action despite fear. You'll learn how to develop practical tools that enhance your capacity to embrace opportunities with a fearless heart. As you commit to these practices, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons for continued support and insights tailored to your journey. Remember, each step you take toward releasing fear strengthens your path to a more fulfilling life, paving the way for growth and possibility. Embrace the process and let go of what no longer serves you. To effectively release the grip of worst-case scenarios, it is essential to implement structured, actionable steps that facilitate a shift in thinking. Begin by setting aside a few moments each day to engage in mindful awareness. This can be as simple as taking 5 minutes to sit quietly and observe your thoughts without judgment. When you catch yourself spiraling into negative possibilities, gently redirect your focus back to your breath. This practice not only helps to interrupt the cycle of catastrophic thinking, but also grounds you in the present moment, allowing you to gain perspective. Next, after you have recognized the onset of your negative thoughts, use the power of reframing to transform them. Take a specific worst-case scenario you have been worried about and write it down. Then, challenge that scenario by identifying at least 3 counter-arguments or outcomes that are more positive or realistic. For instance, if you fear an upcoming presentation will end in embarrassment, counter it by recalling that you have prepared thoroughly, that your audience is likely supportive, and that making mistakes can be a learning experience. This conscious reframing not only reduces anxiety but instills a sense of empowerment and control over your circumstances. An effective real-life application of these techniques can be drawn from the experience of someone anticipating a challenging family gathering. Emotions might run high with the potential for conflicts. Instead of fixating on the worst possibilities, fearing arguments or uncomfortable silences, this individual chooses to document their concerns in a journal. They write down their worst-case scenarios and then actively reframe those thoughts, reminding themselves that they can focus on positive interactions, set personal boundaries, and engage in open communication. By preparing mentally, they approach the gathering with confidence and calmness, transforming a potentially distressing event into an opportunity for connection. The benefits of these practices extend beyond immediate relief from anxiety. By consistently employing mindfulness and reframing, you may cultivate a profound sense of resilience. You will likely notice that, over time, the intensity of your fear of worst-case scenarios diminishes. As you learn to manage these thoughts, your emotional well-being improves, enhancing your capacity to engage fully in life's experiences. Through this process, you'll empower yourself to tackle challenges with a renewed sense of clarity and purpose. As you embark on this journey of releasing negativity, I encourage you to take immediate action. Create a dedicated time daily for your mindfulness practice and engage in reframing exercises consistently. Each time you notice a thought spiraling out of control, write it down and consciously work to shift your perspective. Remember, personal growth is a continuous process, and every small step you take strengthens your ability to manage discomfort. In the following chapter, we will delve into cultivating peace in every thought, exploring how to nurture a tranquil mindset even amidst chaos. You will learn actionable techniques to create a mental environment that fosters clarity and serenity, enabling you to thrive regardless of external circumstances. Before moving forward, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons for ongoing insights and resources that will support your path to personal development. Your commitment to overcoming negativity is a significant step toward a more empowered and fulfilling life. Embrace this journey and allow each day to guide you toward peace and resilience. Chapter 11. Cultivating Peace in Every Thought. Imagine standing at the edge of a serene lake, the water reflecting a clear blue sky. Each ripple represents a thought fleeting through your mind, some calm and others turbulent. Can you cultivate the same peace within your thoughts? In a world filled with distractions and anxieties, this question resonates deeply. Many individuals struggle with racing thoughts, negative spirals, and an ever-present sense of unrest. Studies indicate that unchecked thoughts can contribute to heightened stress and anxiety, making it vital to develop strategies for fostering inner calm. The challenge is to create a peaceful mental environment that allows you to thrive while minimizing chaos. The prominent issue at hand is that our thoughts can often feel out of control, leading us into a cycle of worry and stress. We get caught up in ruminating about past mistakes or obsessing over future uncertainties. This chaotic mental state can prevent us from experiencing the present fully, consequently robbing us of joy and peace. For instance, when preparing for an important event, your mind may flood with doubts about your performance, overshadowing any excitement or positivity about the occasion. This pattern of thinking can hinder your ability to focus and execute effectively. To cultivate peace in your thoughts, the first step is to develop a practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness, defined as the awareness of the present moment without judgment, allows you to observe your thoughts rather than react to them. By engaging in mindfulness meditation or simple breathing exercises, you can begin to cultivate a sense of calm amidst the storm. For example, try spending just 5 minutes daily sitting quietly and focusing on your breath. When thoughts arise, acknowledge them without judgment and gently return your focus to your breath. This practice nurtures a calmer mind and trains you to view your thoughts from a more detached perspective. In addition to mindfulness, incorporating positive affirmations into your routine can substantially contribute to a peaceful mindset. Positive affirmations are empowering statements that can help rewire negative thought patterns. Each morning, select a few affirmations that resonate with you, such as "I am grounded and at peace," or "I embrace the present fully." By repeating these affirmations aloud, or writing them down, you instill a sense of tranquility and self-assurance, gradually displacing negative thoughts with positivity. Real-life examples can illustrate the effectiveness of these techniques. Consider someone preparing for a high-stakes meeting. Instead of allowing negative self-talk to dominate their mind, they engage in a brief mindfulness exercise to center themselves. They take deep breaths, recognizing their anxiety while refusing to let it define them. Following this, they recite positive affirmations, envisioning themselves handling the meeting with composure and clarity. This approach can lead to confident performance, transforming what might have been a source of stress into an opportunity for success. The benefits of cultivating peace in your thoughts are profound. As you develop mindfulness and integrate positive affirmations, you may notice a significant decrease in anxiety and an increased ability to enjoy daily experiences. This transformation fosters a more resilient mindset, empowering you to navigate challenges with greater ease and grace. As you progress on this journey, I invite you to take immediate action by committing to a daily mindfulness practice and integrating affirmations into your routine. Set aside a specific time each day for these exercises. This consistency will reinforce your ability to maintain peace in your mind. In the next segment of this chapter, we'll explore specific strategies for nurturing a tranquil mindset in the face of life's inevitable stresses. You will learn techniques that cultivate an environment of peace, allowing you to develop resilience and clarity so that you can thrive amidst chaos. Before continuing, consider subscribing to Balance Horizons to receive ongoing support and resources tailored to your journey. Your commitment to cultivating internal peace is not just a stepping stone toward personal growth. It's an investment in a fulfilling and joyful life. Embrace this process and let your thoughts ripple with tranquility. To further cultivate peace in every thought, it's essential to establish actionable steps that you can incorporate into your daily life. Begin by implementing a structured routine of mindfulness meditation. Set aside 10 minutes each morning to sit in a quiet space. During this time, focus on your breath and observe your thoughts without judgment. If your mind begins to wander into negativity or anxiety, gently acknowledge those thoughts and return your focus to your breath. This practice trains your mind to recognize negative patterns and nudges you toward a more tranquil state. As you engage in mindfulness, consider creating a peaceful environment ritual. Designate a specific area in your home as your peaceful space, free from distractions. This can be a corner with a comfortable chair, soft lighting, or even a cushion on the floor. Add calming elements such as plants, crystals, or soothing colors to this space. Whenever you find your thoughts spiraling or negative feelings rising, retreat to this sanctuary. Use it as a place for quiet reflection or meditation, allowing the serenity of your surroundings to influence your mental state positively. To illustrate the transformation this can bring, think of someone facing a stressful day at work. They start their morning with their breathing exercises, acknowledging their worries while committing to redirect their focus. Later, when the pressures of the day mount, they take a moment in their peaceful space to find solace amidst the chaos. By simply sitting there, breathing deeply, and reconnecting with their sense of calm, they manage their stress effectively, which enhances their productivity and interactions with colleagues. This ritual not only fosters a sense of peace, but also builds resilience against future stresses. Another powerful technique for maintaining peace is the incorporation of positive affirmations throughout your day. Craft affirmations that resonate with you, such as, "I am calm and centered," or "I embrace the present moment with peace." Write them on sticky notes and place them in strategic locations, on your bathroom mirror, on your computer, or even in your wallet. Each time you encounter these affirmations, take a moment to pause, recite them, and visualize embodying those qualities. Over time, this consistent reinforcement can reshape your mindset, instilling a sense of inner peace even in the midst of turbulence. The benefits of these practices are profound. You will likely find that as you ground yourself in mindfulness, create your peaceful sanctuary, and engage in positive affirmations, your overall stress levels decrease. A sense of calmness and clarity emerges, allowing you to navigate daily challenges with grace. Over time, this will enhance your emotional resilience and transform your approach to life's uncertainties. As you venture forward on this journey toward peace, I encourage you to start incorporating one or all of these strategies today. Dedicate time each morning for mindfulness, establish your peaceful space, and utilize positive affirmations throughout your day. Recognize that developing a peaceful mindset is an ongoing process that requires patience and commitment. In the following chapter, we will explore living free from mental storms, diving deeper into the practical strategies that allow you to maintain your newfound peace in the face of life's challenges. You will learn how to navigate difficulties with a steady and calm presence, ensuring that your serene mindset is not fleeting, but a lasting part of your life. Before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to Balance Horizons for continual insights and resources tailored to your journey. Embrace these steps as a commitment to nurturing peace within, paving the way for enriched experiences and personal growth. Remember, each moment spent cultivating calmness contributes to a brighter, more balanced future. Chapter 12. Living Free from Mental Storms. What if you could wake up each day with a clear mind, unburdened by stress and anxiety? Imagine stepping into your day with a sense of calm, ready to embrace challenges without fear of being overwhelmed. Many people long for this type of mental clarity, yet they often find themselves ensnared in their own thoughts, battling persistent worries and emotional turbulence. The reality is that a significant portion of our mental struggles stems from the storms we create within ourselves. Research indicates that 70% of adults experience high levels of stress regularly, contributing to a myriad of health issues and diminished quality of life. Thus, the pressing question is, how can we break free from these mental storms and cultivate a life of serenity? The problem lies in our ingrained patterns of thinking, specifically the propensity to cling to negativity and allow it to cloud our minds. These storms often manifest through overthinking, where our minds replay past mistakes or fret incessantly about future uncertainties. For instance, a simple mistake can snowball into a cycle of self-doubt and anxiety, leading us to question our capabilities and worth. This mental storm not only disrupts our ability to focus, but also robs us of joy, trapping us in a loop of dissatisfaction and unease. The transformative solution is rooted in the practices of mindfulness and self-compassion. By cultivating an awareness of our thoughts and feelings, we can begin to disentangle ourselves from their grip. Mindfulness allows us to observe our mental processes without judgment, thereby creating space between ourselves and our thoughts. This practice helps us discern which thoughts serve us and which ones need to be let go. A simple yet powerful strategy is to engage in a daily mindfulness meditation. Set aside time each day to sit quietly, focus on your breath, and notice any swirling thoughts that arise. Rather than engaging with them, watch them pass like clouds in the sky. Real-life applications of these concepts are particularly impactful. Consider an individual facing anxiety about an upcoming presentation at work. As the day approaches, their mind races with thoughts of potential failure. By implementing mindfulness meditation, they reframe their anxious thoughts. During their meditation, they visualize themselves speaking confidently and engaging the audience. This visualization empowers them, transforming dread into excitement. Additionally, as they practice self-compassion by reminding themselves that making mistakes is part of growth, they enter the presentation with renewed vigor. The benefits of adopting these strategies are profound. As you engage in mindfulness and self-compassion, you will likely notice a significant reduction in anxiety and an increase in emotional resilience. You will cultivate a sense of inner peace that allows you to navigate life's storms with greater ease. These practices will enable you to respond to challenges with clarity and confidence, rather than fear and doubt. As you embark on this final journey towards a life free from mental storms, I urge you to start integrating mindfulness meditation into your daily routine. Set aside dedicated time each day to practice, and remind yourself of the importance of self-compassion. Acknowledge that it is okay to experience challenging emotions. What matters is how you choose to respond to them. In the concluding portions of this chapter, we will explore advanced techniques to maintain your newfound clarity and emotional strength amid life's inevitable challenges. You will learn how to reinforce the practices you've developed, ensuring that calmness and resilience become intrinsic aspects of your life. As you commit to these practices, remember to subscribe to Balance Horizons for ongoing support and insights tailored to your self-improvement journey. Your path to serenity is unfolding, and every moment spent cultivating peace propels you closer to a life filled with joy and fulfillment. Embrace this final chapter of your transformation and let go of the mental storms that no longer serve you. To maintain the sense of clarity and emotional strength you've cultivated, begin by developing a daily mental resilience practice. This can be as simple as setting aside time each day for reflection, during which you can assess your thoughts and feelings in a constructive way. Each evening, take a few moments to review the day. Identify any mental storms you encountered, noting the triggers and your responses. This practice serves as a critical form of self-observation, allowing you to learn from your experiences and track progress over time. Combine this reflective practice with grounding techniques. Grounding helps to reroute your focus from overwhelming emotions to the physical present. One effective technique involves the 5-4-3-2-1 strategy, where you identify 5 things you see, 4 you can touch, 3 sounds you hear, 2 scents you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This exercise not only distracts from negative thoughts, but also reconnects you with your surroundings, reinforcing a sense of calmness amidst the chaos. Consider the example of a student preparing for final exams, a situation often fraught with anxiety. Before their study sessions, they incorporate both reflection and grounding techniques. They spend time reflecting on what worked well during their last exams, reinforcing their confidence. Then, when study-related anxiety begins to rise, they practice the grounding technique. By recalling their surroundings and centering themselves, they reduce stress, allowing for enhanced concentration and retention of information. Practicing mindfulness throughout your day will also amplify these benefits. This is an essential part of transitioning from reactive thinking to a more responsive mindset. Make a habit of pausing and taking a deep breath whenever you sense anxiety creeping in. This action interrupts the cycle of panic and returns you to a state of equilibrium. For example, during a busy workday, when faced with tight deadlines, practice mini mindfulness breaks. Close your eyes for a moment, breathe deeply, and visualize a peaceful scene, such as waves lapping the shore. This visualization can provide a mental reset, making it easier to tackle tasks with renewed energy and focus. The positives of incorporating these actions into your daily routine are transformative. As you reflect, practice grounding, and engage in mindfulness, you will notice a marked increase in your sense of peace and emotional resilience. Over time, you may find that even when faced with significant challenges, you remain calm and focused, allowing you to navigate difficulties with confidence. As you step into this journey of ongoing growth, I encourage you to take actionable steps immediately. Begin your daily reflection practice tonight and select grounding techniques that resonate with you. Embrace mindfulness whenever anxiety surfaces, and cultivate a peaceful routine that nurtures your mental well-being. Looking ahead, the next book will delve deeper into the themes established in this one, exploring the profound connection between silence and spiritual growth. We will uncover how embracing silence can lead to deeper self-discovery and fulfillment in various aspects of life. Before you embark on this next chapter, remember to subscribe to Balance Horizons. Doing so keeps you in touch with valuable resources and continued support on your journey towards serenity and emotional health. Embrace this process fully and allow your commitment to inner peace to transform every aspect of your life. You are equipped to live free from mental storms, and the path to tranquility is yours to walk. In this journey through catastrophe control, quiet the storm within you. We have explored the intricate relationship between our thoughts and emotions, unraveling the complexities of stress, anxiety, and self-doubt. By developing practical strategies such as mindfulness, reframing negative thoughts, and cultivating emotional resilience, you have acquired tools to transform turbulent mental patterns into opportunities for growth and peace. Remember, embracing silence and nurturing a calm mind empowers you to navigate life's challenges with clarity and confidence. Thank you for taking the time to engage with this material. Your commitment to personal growth is commendable. If you found this content valuable, please consider liking the video, sharing your thoughts in the comments, and subscribing to our channel for more insights and guidance on your journey to tranquility. Your support helps us create a community focused on mental well-being and self-discovery.